The 70s was a horrible time. It had the worst fashion, the worst music, and some of the worst TV ever made. However, there are some examples within each category where the trend is bucked and we find something that really transcends its era. In music, we've got Bowie, Pink Floyd. In fashion, we've got... well, actually, there's nothing redeeming about fashion in the 70s. But in TV, there are many classics, and just as we recently saw lots of movie updates of 70s TV shows, we also saw a slew of games released. So sit back and relax while Weekend Gamer TV goes back to the decade that fashion forgot.
Way down deep inside of every man, there's a little boy, an Atari fan, and without any doubt, the boy will come out when he plays a game from Atari. Have you played Atari today?
Give a man an Atari game and he'll turn into a little boy. But don't worry, he'll be grown up enough to share it.
Have you played Atari today?
In the 7th millennium of time, a tribe of humanoids engaged in a terrifying conflict against a race of machines. The humans lost.
There are those that believe in free will, and there are others who believe in destiny. Our people forged the 12 colonies of man across the Cyranus system, pushing back the darkness to build a future, a safe haven amid the trackless gulfs of space. In our arrogance, we created the machines to serve us, but they tired of their chains and turned on their masters. In one night of blood and fire, the Cylons murdered millions and swore their undying hatred for humanity. The 12 colonies were united against them, and together they exiled the Cylons to the stars. But the war with the machines was not over. And to this day we fight an unceasing conflict with our inhuman progeny, a war where the price of surrender is extinction. It is the end of the 6th millennium. It is the era of the Cylon Wars. This is the time of the great battle stars: Columbia, Atlantia, Rykon, Pegasus, and the Galactica.
Silence! All fighters, defensive formation! Oh, it's an ambush! We've got to warn the Galactica! Communications are being jammed! I've lost thruster power. Oh, frack, I'm a city target!
Originally conceived as Adam's Ark in the 1960s, it wasn't until the success of Star Wars in 1977 that Glenn A. Larson finally got the green light, and Battlestar Galactica hit our TV screens in 1978.
Red alert! Pilots to your ships. Our recon flight has been destroyed. Blue Wing, prepare for launch.
This is Paulus. All systems ready.
Let's do it!
You're such a hotshot, Kane.
This is Adama. Blue 4 is ready for launch. Blue Wing, launch.
Attention all boys. We are under attack. This is not a drill. Blue Wing, intercept and destroy all Cylon raiders.
A second series followed a year later, before declining ratings forced its cancellation. But its cult following never gave in, and a number of attempts have been made to bring it back to our screens, including 2 1980s TV movies, and culminating in the current critically acclaimed series that's now in its 4th season.
We copy that, Galactica. All ships, pick your targets and attack.
Unable to comply, Blue Leader. Launch tube systems are offline.
I read you, Galactica. All right, pilots, stay sharp. Looks like we're on our own.
Based on the battle between the 12 colonies of humans and the cybernetic Cylons, the series is led by Commander Adama. played on TV by Lorne Greene. This 2003 Xbox game is set in the years prior to the TV series and features a fresh-faced Adama as a high-flying fighter pilot. Adama must battle through 20 tough levels until the final confrontation with the imperious leader Erebus. With only 5 ships available in the game, it isn't a particularly expansive interpretation and would really have benefited from a 2-player cooperative mode.
I'm hit, but I can handle it.
But what we do get is a very competent spaceflight sim that contains some neat cutscenes, high quality graphics and nicely put together cinematic production. What we don't get, however, is any true feeling that we are really in the Battlestar Galactica TV series. The newness of everything is far too evident, and just as with the newer trilogy of Star Wars films, even though it's set prior to the original 70s show, the technology and general shininess of everything just seems at odds with this, and you'd be forgiven for assuming that the game was based on the 2004 re-imaging of the show, rather than the original TV series.
Laser generators are running low. I gotta watch my weapons fire.
Bridge compromised. Hull decompression. We are losing.
So with beautiful graphics, an engaging story and some well-known characters from a cult show, there's a lot to offer from Universal Interactive's Battlestar Galactica, particularly for those who like cockpit-based blasting. But for me, the overall premise is just a little too limited, with not enough ships, modes or variety, and not nearly enough 70s tackiness to make me truly feel like I've gone back 30 years to relive one of the all-time classic sci-fi serials.
It's a beautiful day for Digital Derby, ladies and gentlemen. Tommy Hill starts out cautiously. He jams his car to second gear. Now third, he's really moving. The traffic is tight, but Tommy Lee Hill's in the lead. Look out, Tommy! Too bad. Tommy Lee Hill's out of the race. Tommy, you had a rough time out there. What happens now? Will you retire? Retire? I'm only 8 years old. Oh, yeah.
Batteries not included. Digital Derby Auto Raceway comes complete with lap counter and timer by Tomys.
New Yorkers woke up this morning only to discover the shocking disappearance of their Lady Liberty. After the disappearance of other monuments, including the Arc de Triomphe, the Stonehenge monoliths in England, and the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C.
Good morning, Angels.
Good morning, Charlie.
As you've seen, the head of the FBI is at a loss. The president himself has requested our help. Bosley?
A giant cargo ship was spotted off the Easter Island coast. It's currently on stopover in Los Angeles. Now, we should check it out.
Break it down, Boz. How do we get aboard?
In order to approach it without drawing too much attention, you girls will sign up for the Miss Bikini contest on the beach.
That ought to keep the sailors occupied.
While we gain access to the ship.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. This game's based on a modern film and not the 70s TV show. But I've decided to include it for 3 reasons. Firstly, because the film's based on the show, so this feature is only 1 degree of separation away from the TV series. Secondly, it's my feature and I can do what I want. But most importantly, I've included this game because after playing it I needed to share the experience and to let you know that Charlie's Angels on the PS2 is absolutely and positively 100% the best example of how not to do a licensed game. It's got poor story, shockingly bad gameplay, terrible graphics, and is just plain bad. So take the weight off, relax, and gloat at the knowledge that it was my £2.50 that was wasted on this absolute drivel.
You go, Alex!
Playing as all 3 angels, you must investigate a number of absurd mysteries, all on the whim of your mysterious benefactor Chuck. Strangely, the game chooses to be a 3D version of Final Fight, but ends up being just an absolute mess. The graphics look Vaseline smeared, and the animation is terrible. The game world is also extremely linear, with invisible walls blocking the wrong paths.
Guys, I'm ready.
Fighting is extremely simple, and the button mashing quickly becomes tiresome regardless of which character you choose, as all three are identical apart from the clothes and head, which means that the tall and slender Cameron Diaz is represented with the same character dimensions as the less slim and much shorter Drew Barrymore.
I'm off to the boat. I'll swing by and get you, Alex.
The voices of the angels are taken from the original movie cast, but unfortunately it looks like that took up all the budget, so what we got beyond it was a fighting by numbers game. And I may be being picky, but I never saw the Charlie's Angels films or the TV series being about girls fist fighting with 100 generic dockers.
You go, Alex.
In fact, it's so hard to find anything redeemable about this game that I won't bother, and I'm going to spend the rest of this segment trying to work out prime numbers. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, 47.
Dylan, immediate boarding. Hurry, Alex, we've got to get out of here now.
So there you go. Charlie's Angels the game is less fun than maths and should be avoided at all costs.
Build the craziest mousetrap that was ever made to catch a mouse. Kick the bucket down the chute, turn the handle, take a dive, and now rebound. And the pressure's building up. Great shot next door. Home team with one more go. Aim, shoot. Through the two blues and he's done it. Oh, now I'll have to ask him round again. Mousetrap and rebound. They're both ideal.
Bay City, normally a busy and dangerous place. Perfect for keeping two detectives jumping who like to play the game their own way.
All units, Area 1, 480 in progress. Suspect in blue sedan, traveling east on 4th Street. All units, suspects now heading towards Central.
That's our guy. He's in flight. Get him.
In the feature writer's book of handy hints, rule number 3 is save the best for last. So that's exactly what I've done here, and what a crescendo it is. I was expecting some sort of cheap cash-in on the popularity of the recent movie, so I was surprised to hear that it was released a year before.
Watch the scenery, Starsky.
Mind's Eye have really gone to town on the TV theme, with each level representing an episode and each story a season of the show. The styling continues in-game too, and to be successful you need to keep an eye on the ratings meter. Let it get too low by crashing into the scenery or letting your target get too far away, and the director will call an end to your attempts. But impress the viewers with explosions, skillful driving and crack shotgun work, and you'll be back for the next episode.
Come on, Hutch. Stop acting like a rookie.
Did he just call Hutch a Wookiee?
Bay City sure is a dangerous town. You're not wrong, partner.
What could have been just a simple but fun driving game is elevated into a much more impressive product by the introduction of a shooting element. Whilst using Starsky to drive the famous Ford Gran Torino, you or a friend can also control Hutch, who hangs dangerously out of the passenger side window, firing off shots at the felons you are pursuing. Whilst not really a fair correlation to the great fun that Starsky has screeching around tight bends, a little variety is brought into the shooting through the choice of taking lower damage pot shots or risking a better aimed shot by waiting for the target to flash yellow. Power-ups are also scattered around and must be shot down by Hutch. But don't forget to shoot those traffic lights too. Apparently viewers don't like you jumping red lights. Those nice old chaps at the Bay City PD also pop up every now and again, but far from helping, they get in your way and make it difficult for you to aim your shots without the dreaded friendly fire. Luckily, they're not too bright, so they won't be in your way for long.
This ain't fun for cars. Smooth, dude. Smooth. Nice.
The only voice acting from the original cast is Antonio Fargas, Huggy Bear, but the Starsky and Hutch voice actors do a great job, and with so many different one-liners, they don't get tiresome.
Shot, partner! We've got him! Hey! In some kind of hurry, punk?
It seems like this punk was just stealing cars. For who? He wasn't saying. Maybe a visit to the courthouse will help him remember.
So with 22 unlockable cars, 100 miles of road in 4 districts, bonus TV specials, racing and shooting events, stunt driving challenges, multiplayer options, and the chance to really live the dream by using a steering wheel and GCOM 45 light gun, or even a pair of aviator shades and a hideous cardigan, Starsky and Hutch is a superb game that you can get for less than the entrance fee to the next TV remake movie.
Boy, that was exciting. And the game was good too.